Aquaman! Aquaman!
Scavenger flies above the city streets, propelled by his rocket boots. The boots cough, burning out. He lands on the concrete. Damn it, I knew I should have gone with a 90-day warranty. Aquaman rockets through the streets of New Venice at supersonic speeds. Scavenger looks over his shoulders, just to see the screaming Aqua slam into him. Aquaman raises his fist, preparing to crush the diver. Suddenly, a blue plasma cord wraps around Aquaman's neck and holds him back. The fisherman stands in the distance, reeling in his line, the wire tightening.
You slacker, I've got you now!
A crowd of Atlantean children have gathered around the spectacle. Scavenger runs through the crowd, pushing them aside. Aquaman breaks Fisherman's cord and runs free into the crowd, running after the villain. Scavenger looks at the maniac behind him and the children around him. A smile crawls onto his face. Aquaman marches through the crowd, determined.
Scavenger! I will eat your soul!
An Atlantean child flies through the water and hits him in the face. Scavenger picks up another screaming child and throws him, backing away the entire time. The kid sails across the distance. Aquaman slaps the kid away with his giant hand, unfazed by the enemy's sudden tactic of child endangerment. He continues to march ahead, unstopping. Scavenger, two crying children in both hands, throws both. Aquaman deflects the kids. He becomes more agitated as he violently slaps away child after child. Scavenger looks around. The area is empty and he has exhausted his supply of ammo. Children. Scavenger runs off as Aquaman advances on him. Fisherman follows after.
Guys, wait for me!
Traffic zips through the streets of New Venice. An elderly driver of a sharkmobile pokes along, a crowd of angry, honking drivers behind him. A covered half-cab, in the manner of a station wagon, is attached to the back of the shark. Scavenger runs up to the shark, pulling the elderly driver from his perch. The old man begins to violently beat the criminal with his cane.
Goddamn Nazis trying to steal my applesauce.
Shit, you geezer!
I didn't fight the Germans in WW2 just so you could jack my station wagon.
Scavenger rears back a fist and punches the geezer hard in the face. The old man falls to the ground, his dentures floating away in the salt water. Scavenger jumps up on the shark, wrenching it into fourth gear, and speeds off. The line of gridlocked drivers behind him cheer. Aquaman rushes up to the next driver in line and jumps onto his shark. He punches the driver with his fuck you hand, sending the innocent bystander flying away. He grand theft autos the vehicle and takes chase. In the downtown markets of New Venice, a fruit stand marked with a sign that reads, "New," stands in the center of the marketplace. Behind it are 4 other fruit stands of similar or lesser quality. The Scavenger piloted shark smashes into the first fruit stand, sending plywood and a colorful assortment of recently slushy fruit into the water. He then plows through each of the other stands, sending more plywood flying and slushying more fruit. Aquaman drives through the area. Scavenger looks away from the street in front of him and yells at Aquaman, "Would you cut it out already?"
Never!
The two turn a corner. A small cardboard box marked "Free Sea Kittens" sits on the sidewalk. The adorable sea kittens poke their heads out of the box. Scavenger turns around on his sharkmobile and fires many harpoons at Aquaman. The dethroned king swerves back and forth, avoiding each shot. Scavenger rotates and sees the box in front of him. "No, not the kittens!" The shark slams into the box. Kitten guts and blood splattering everywhere. Why does this keep happening? Aquaman doesn't let up and continues to pursue the villain. In another part of the city, Orrin Vulko stands outside the gates of a newly constructed orphanage and hospital, dressed in a presidential suit, wearing his ever-present medallion. Before him stands the newly constructed Steve Urkel Memorial Children's Orphanage and Hospital, a red ribbon tied at the gates. President Vulko holds a pair of large golden scissors. A soot-covered, rag-wearing Dickensian ragamuffin stands by his side. Reporters crowd the area. "I'm proudly here today to commiserate the opening of New Venice's newest children's hospital and orphanage." The ragamuffin tugs at his pants leg. The entire group of reporters collectively aww at the cuteness. The president turns to cut the red ribbon, when the two sharks go smashing into the left side of the building. As they progress through the structure, windows shatter, people scream, and smoke plumes out from random areas. As the chaser and chasee come out through the left side of the building, it collapses in on itself. The front wall crumbles, the red ribbon floating down to the ground. Orn Volko and all others look on, confused and startled. Tears well up in the orphan's eyes. Scavenger and Aquaman continue their high-speed shark pursuit. Around the corner is a dilapidated apartment building. Scavenger takes a hard left and plows through the front wall of the building. Aquaman follows. At the front desk of the apartment, a bored clerk sits, eyes down. The two speeding sharks tear through the front office, throwing debris everywhere. The clerk taps at the clipboard in front of him.
Sign in, please.
In another apartment room, a creepy weeaboo guy lays in bed, clutching a purple-haired anime-style love doll. He caresses it lovingly.
It saddens me to know in Haruko that you and I will never be able to truly be together. Curse you, society! You will never understand the depths of a love between a man and an inanimate doll! Curse you!
The floor beneath his bed explodes upward, killing him instantly. Scavenger and Aquaman chase through the room, and up through the ceiling. The very tip-top roof of the apartment explodes, shatters, the two sharks and their drivers shooting out of it. Scavenger and his shark fall towards the ground over the edge of the building.
Sweet sassy molassie!
At ground level, a donut shop stands, a large concrete donut atop the building. Nearby is a police squad car. Inside it, two Atlantean policemen sit, one skinny and goofy looking, the other obese and sporting a fearsome handlebar mustache. The skinny one speaks.
That fucking Michael Bay. What the fuck was up with those stupid fucking twins? That was the stupidest fucking shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And what about that Shia LaBeouf? What the hell kind of name is that anyway? LaBeouf. Should be pronounced LaBeouf. I took French in high school. That's how you fucking say it. Drives my spell check crazy.
Hey, you ever consider getting a girlfriend?
What? Scavenger and his shark sail through the hole of the giant concrete donut. Aquaman, his mighty fist put forward, eschews fancy tactics in favor of mindless violence. He slaps the giant donut hard on its side, causing it to roll off its hinges and down into the streets. The two cops watch the donut roll away, horrified expressions on their faces.
We don't cotton to those sort of ways around here.
The squad car takes chase. On the New Venice freeway, Scavenger swerves in and out of busy rush hour traffic. Aquaman looks ahead at the long line of traffic. He pulls hard to the left and rides over onto the sidewalk. He continues to barrel forward, people screaming and diving out of the way. A mother lets go of a baby carriage and it rolls down a flight of stairs. The pair of cops continue to follow them, also swerving in and out of traffic. Up ahead of them is a bascule bridge, a bridge that folds up in the middle for you heathens that don't know what that is. The lights blink, the wooden arm at the gate lowers, the bridge separates, and traffic stops. Scavenger smashes through the wooden arm and rides up the ramp. In slow motion, he sails over the gap. He flies towards the opposite end of the bridge opening, coming perilously close to missing. The shark slams onto the other side of the bridge, sparks flying from its fins for some reason. He careens to safety. The cop car stops on the other side of the bridge. The fat cop and the skinny cop poke their heads out.
Cousins!
Damn folding bridges!
Scavenger looks over his shoulders at the erect bridge. He smiles as he sees no one pursuing him.
Ha ha! I knew the bridge leap would be too much for him.
Yahoo! From behind him, Fisherman runs along the street.
Hey, Scavenger!
Scavenger looks down.
What is it, Fister Man?
Look out in front of you!
What?
Scavenger looks in front of him to see a massive blue whale heading right towards him.
Shit!
The shark collides with the whale, a huge fiery explosion resulting. Digested krill rains down on the ocean floor. A singed station wagon top falls from the fire. A huge chunk of baleen flies through the water. Beneath the orange cloud, Scavenger falls to the ground, his costume black and singed. Aquaman lands in front of the villain. Up against a protruding rock, Scavenger looks on in fear.
What are you?
Aquaman kneels down in front of him, face to face.
What are you, dense? Are you retarded or something?
Who the hell do you think I am? I'm the goddamn Aquaman!
He pulls back his fuck you hand, forming a giant fist. Aquaman's oversized fist collides with Scavenger's helmet. The faceplate shatters. The green clenched fingers plow through Scavenger's face, crushing his nose and upper jaw. His eyeballs pop from his head. The force of the punch continues on through his whole head. His entire skull is crushed. Blood and bone and brain matter flying in all directions. Our hero stands above the recently created corpse. Scavenger's headless body trembles, blood pumping from the neck stump.
When you fuck with the Aquaman, you gonna get the Aqua Hand.